means no harm to any idol. This is just for entertainment purpose. It's purely originated from harsh fan fictions, but presented by Gen Z Sinister. So I welcome to all of you out there who is an original fan of dark fan fiction. Yenny was drunk that night. She was crying and got too much drunk. When she was going outside the club, she was stumbling on her feet. Her vision is blurred. Then she stumbled closer to someone. He held her by her waist to stop her falling on the ground. Her vision is still blurred, but she could see the blood on his lips, and she focused at it. Then he asked, "You're hurt?" Then she mumbled, "It's bleeding, it's bleeding." Jungkook narrowed his eyes, watching her. His jaw tightened, but he didn't move at all. She was about to touch his lips corner when he held her hand. Then Jungkook said, "You shouldn't be doing this, little girl." Then Yenny blinked, but trying to focus on him. Actually, she was too stubborn to let him go. Her other hand reached up and she put it on his face and brushed her fingers over his lips. And then she said, "You should get cleaned up." Her voice soft yet gentle. Then Jungkook said, "And you shouldn't play with fire," he said as his voice raspy. He tried to move her away, but Yenny didn't let go of him. Her mind was already spinning. Then Jungkook said, "You should go home and let me care myself." Yenny smiled sadly and said, "Home? I don't have a home." She got attached to his chest and murmured softly. Jungkook's heart clenched at the sight of her. His back was already hurting, and she wasn't letting him go away. Yenny mumbled in her voice, "Let's go. We need to leave and treat this." She held his arm, looking into his eyes. Jungkook wanted to push her and left from there. Then he looked around and saw some drunken men were passing by. Then Jungkook sighed, knowing that he already needed to go because of his shoulder was bleeding and looking no other chance leaving here alone. Then he took her with him. He entered his mansion while Yenny was clinging to his arm. She was under the influence of alcohol. And then she said, "Come, I will treat your wound," she said, feeling like it's her own house. Jungkook was actually surprised at her confidence. He sat on the bed and removed his shirt. Yenny put an ointment and started putting on the bruise on his shoulder. Jungkook was only looking at her and thinking what type of girl she is. Yenny was gently putting ointment. She looked at the bruise on his lips. Then she looked at him in his eyes. He felt so familiar to her, yet so distant at the same time. She didn't know when she lost in his eyes, and time seemed to slow as she stared into him. She closed her eyes and put her lips on his gently. Jungkook was too stunned to speak. The kiss was soft at first, but something snapped inside her, and she deepened the kiss with the urgency that she couldn't control. She put her arms around his neck, her hands sliding into his hair, and started kissing him with more desperation. It felt like she couldn't stop herself. The world around her faded. She already started challenging Jungkook, and now it became worse. Jungkook tried to pull her apart, but she didn't move away. The look in her eyes was fierce. Jungkook was struggled to keep control. She removed his shirt, her heartbeat racing. She was already lost in him. Then Jungkook said, "You asked for it. Now don't blame me for it later." He said this in his raspy voice and turned her around. Now their positions were exchanged. She was already burning from inside. She unbuttoned her shirt before she would remove it. Her eyes fell on her bruising body. The purple bruises caught his attention. He stopped in his track and looked at her board, whose actions slowed down. He was curious looking at her, and he asked what happened to her. And then he said, "How did it happen?" But there were no response. Jungkook looked at her, whose eyes were closed. She probably slept due to exhaustion. He closed his eyes tightly and tried to get up, ground in pain because of his shoulder injury. Then he went to his bathroom to get change, and after some time he came back looking at her lying on his bed like it's hers. Then he took out his phone and texted someone, and the message was, "Give me details of her. I'm sending you a picture." And then he got to know about Jenny. In the middle of the night, when she was sleeping in his arms, he wasn't believing what was happening. Why did she come back when she left him all alone? He got a message. Actually, after she broke up with you 5 years ago, when you went to Italy, she was found in a hospital, and the medical shows that she met an accident and she went into coma for 7 months. But when she woke up, she lost her memory, and then she lived with her stepmother. After reading the message, he was like, "Fuck! Damn it! I knew something was wrong. I knew that. But you hurt me, Annie. When I love you like a crazy, you'll be hurt like the same way now." In the next morning, Yanni's eyes opened due to sunlight coming from the window. Her head was spinning. She looked around and found herself in a tight grave. She is somewhere else. Last night, now she looked at her clothes. She was wearing Diff's shirt. She screams and got up from the bed, wearing his shirt. She looked at the person that who he is, what happened, where she is right now. And then Jungkook's eyes opened because of her scream. He ground in his sleep, looking at her who was standing there. Then Yanni's phone ringed, and she quickly picked it up, seeing the caller ID. And then she said, "What? But how? Wait, I'll come there," she said loudly. Jungkook got up from the bed while she was about to go outside. When he held her wrist and pulled her closer, his eyes looking at her darkly. Then Jungkook said, "Do you think you can just go like this?" His eyes darkened more at her. Then Yanni gulped. Her face already was full of tears. And then she said, "Please, he needs me. I have to go to him." Her voice crying. Jungkook gripped tighter around her waist. And then she said, "Ah, please." He didn't know, but he angered, looking at her talking about others. Then Yenny said, "Please bring me to him. He's in emergency. Okay, I beg you. Whatever you want, I'll do. But please, I just need to go now." Jungkook got confused because he saw her crying like a crazy. Jungkook took her with him and he also doesn't know the reason behind it. Then Yenny was running towards the emergency room, and when the nurse stopped her, then Yenny asked, Is he okay now?" Jungkook was just only looking at her that why she is acting like that. Then nurse said, "He's under operation. Please fill up the form and submit the fees. It's been 1 week or he will get no treatment." Yenny was just staring at the door. What did she expect from life? Yesterday, she went to club because her stepmom kicked her out of the home, and now stopped for paying for his treatment. She has nowhere to go. Her life became miserable when her dad died. She doesn't know where to go. She felt a shift behind her. And then Jungkook said, "I can help you." In a heavy voice came from behind. His voice winked. Then Yenny turned around. She looked at him in surprise. Then Jungkook said, "There is a deal for you. Be my maid and do everything what I ask, and your brother will be safe." Yenny was already confused what deal he was talking about, but she didn't have any other option. Her brother was dying inside, and on the other hand, he was there holding up with his deal. Tears gathered in her eyes. This wouldn't have happened if Dad didn't leave her, but here she was stuck in the chaos, not knowing what to do and where to go. Then Yenny said, I accept it." Jungkook smirked because he knew what she signed for her, and that's how she ended up with him, like this, trapped with him. Nothing knows where to go. Until her brother treatment, she will be with him, but she doesn't know where she will be go after that. Now in the present scene, Jungkook angrily threw his coat on the bed. This day was bad. He untied his tie and fell onto the bed, reaching out his phone. His fingers moved typing a message, and the text was, "I need you. Come right now." He sent the message and lay back looking at the ceiling. And after some time, Yenny was standing outside the door, her hands clutching her dress tightly. She wasn't like it's her first time, but every time she felt like this, a mixture of tension and anxiety building inside her. Then the door swung open suddenly, and before she could reach, he pulled her inside and pinned her to the wall, her heart racing by seeing him. Then Jungkook said, "Why are you so late? You know that I can't control myself." Then he put his head in her neck, sending shivers down her spine. Then Jungkook said, "Why you always make me lose control, huh? And go crazy?" His breath making her felt under his touch. The next day, when Yenny woke up in her room, she doesn't know how he turned into beast that night. He wasn't beside her. She wake up every morning alone in her bed. This make it less awkward for her. She also thinks this is the best way. He haven't hurt in any way, but sometimes she felt strange familiarity with him. She was going to the office. Yeah, she works with Jungkook as his secretary in his office. When Yenny told him she will work, he didn't let her go anywhere, but he told her to become his personal secretary at his office. Their relationship was complex. Even they themselves didn't ask each other what relationship they have. This was something which wasn't solved in between them. Yenny was in a hurry, so she knocked the door and went inside with her teary eyes, hoped that he would help her, but she knows how cold he is. Actually, Jungkook was on the call when he looked up Yenny entering in his office. Her face held sad emotions. He looked at her, who was fidgeting her fingers every time he looked at her. He remembered everything and closed his eyes tightly. He remembered that why he made this deal. So he can't let his heart melt now. Then Yenny asked to Jungkook, my stepmother is taking all of my dad's property, so can you help me get them back? She was hesitant at first, but she didn't have any other option. Then Jungkook said, "Do I look like your guardian? Deal your stuff yourself." He said this with his most cold and straight face. Then Yenny closed her eyes tightly upon hearing his response. She shouldn't have come here at the first. Why did she come here asking his help? So she said, "Yeah, I shouldn't have come to you. It was my mistake." Then she pushed back her tears and went out from there. Jungkook was shocked at her confidence. He thought he would plead. She would plead, but she didn't. Now we see that her stepmother texted her to meet somewhere at the location for her dad's property papers. She sighed, knowing she has to do this herself. She doesn't need anyone's help, so at night she went to the location. Upon looking outside, she found it was some abandoned place. Then she took a deep breath and went inside. Her mother was sitting there. She smirked looking at her. And then her stepmother said, "I thought you are fool that you will come here alone." Yenny, who was confusingly looking at her, that what she was talking about. Then Yenny said, "I need those papers. I don't know what are you talking about." Then Yenny's stepmother pointed something at the back. But before she would look back, someone pushed her to the ground. When she was thrown to the ground, her stepmom grabbed her hair in her fist and she said, "You are a mistake. Now it's time to finish this mistake. You thought you would just get big connections and it will save your life? No, this wealth is all mine. Even your dad and mom didn't save themselves for me." Yenny's breath hitched. That what was she talking about? Then Yenny screamed at her. "What the fuck you did to them?" she said. Her stepmother slapped her across her face, made the corner of her lips bleed, and said, "Don't raise your voice at me. First, I am going to enjoy the fun, and then you will be dead." She held the wine glass and took a sip, waiting for the enjoy the show. Yenny was about to crawl back, knowing what intentions she held in her eyes. Then two men with masks stood behind her. One of them held her from her arm. Then Yenny said, "Hey, leave me alone." She tried to pull them away. One of them tried to tore her shirt. She struggled to leave, but it gave scratches on her neck. Her hair was ruffled. Her screaming was heard, tears pouring down her face. She felt helpless, but she didn't stop trying. When a bang was heard in the air, the man behind her was lying on the floor, and the other also joined him on the floor. Her stepmom stood from the chair quickly. Jungkook sat down looking at Jennie, put his coat on her. His jaw tightened, looking at her condition. Actually, the time she left from office, he thought to ignore her, but when he tried calling her multiple times, her phone wasn't reaching. He cursed and went to looking for her on his own. He tracked her last location with his man. Then Jungkook said, "Take her to the basement." He said this to his man. Yennie's eyes were teary. She didn't look at Jungkook, knowing how vulnerable life is for her, how she had to rely on someone else. She doesn't even protect herself in this world. There is no safe place for her. This was the time where she felt most helpless in her life. That's why life has to be unfair for her. Then Yennie's stepmom said, "Yennie, stop them! Hey, don't take me anywhere!" Her screams muffled when she was out of sight. The tear finally fell on her cheeks. And by seeing this, Jungkook's heart twisted. Then he carried her in his arms, but she didn't say a word. He brought her home. Jungkook was cursing himself multiple times, but why she had to be stubborn and go on her own. He said, "Fuck me, fuck on me." He said this internally. He carried her in his arms gently. She was still quiet. She didn't talk to him. He tried to talk to her, but she didn't let him. When they reached home, she threw his coat in the car and got down without even looking at him. Then she ran inside. Jungkook sighed, looking at her walking away. He went inside picking his coat. She was about to lock the door of her room when he held the door with his one hand. His hand came in between the door, so he groaned in pain. Yennie's heart raced listening to his groaning. She tightly closed her eyes and went inside without resisting, because she knew that he won't stop. She was about to go to the bathroom when he held her from her arm and pulled her towards him. Then Jungkook said, "Listen to me. I know I'm sorry," his voice carrying guilt. Yennie jerked his hand and pushed him, and she said, "I don't want your damn sorry. I don't want to live here." But Jungkook said, "You are not going anywhere." Then she said, "I don't want to stay here. Okay? I hate you." She punched him on his chest multiple times while crying. And then she said, "I hate you so much. I hate you." Jungkook calmed himself down and let her hand softly, looking at her tears. He held her hand and pulled her into a hug, wrapping his arm protectingly around her and gently patting her head to calm her down. And then he said, "Okay, I'm sorry. You know how much I love you? I love you so much." Then Yennie said, I was so afraid. What if something had happened to me?" She was actually very scared. She held his shirt tightly and cried her heart out. Then Jungkook tried to calm her down. He pushed her a little and wiped her tears. And then he said, "Look at me. Don't cry. I'm here with you." He cupped her face and looked at her. Her face was a mess due to crying. He couldn't see her like this. So Jungkook leaned in a little and put his lips on hers, kissed her softly, making her calm down. Then he carried her in his arms again and took her to the bed without breaking the kiss, still saying sorry within kissing her, as if the kiss was saying, "I'll protect you every time." He doesn't know why he felt the need to protect her from this cruel world. He wanted to hide her in his arms from the world. The next day, Yenny's eyes opened. Her body is tired. She looked around. She was in her room. She tried to get up when Jungkook tightened his arm around her waist in his sleep. She bit her lips. How did things happen like this? She was thinking. Because she doesn't know what future is holding for her, but right now in this movement, she wants to be just lost like this. Then Jungkook's eyes opened gently. The first thing that came to his view was Yenny, who was looking at him with her doe eyes. Jungkook smiled while looking at her. He leaned in and gave her a soft peck. Yenny pulled back a little in confusion. He narrowed his eyes while looking at her. And then Yenny said, "I go get freshen up first," she said and ran outside. Jungkook laughed slightly. There was a text on his mobile phone. His hand tightened up looking at the text, and the text was, "I am back. I hope to see you soon. Sophia Wang." Now at office, Yenny went to the office when she listened someone talking about, "Have you seen Mr. John's fiancée? She is very beautiful now." Yenny confusingly went towards his office for giving him the file. The moment she opened the door, she found a girl sitting in his office. But Jungkook wasn't there. Maybe he went in meeting. The girl was sitting there, came forward and said, "You are new here, right? I am Jungkook's fiancée. I'll give these files to Jungkook." And then she closed the door on Yenny's face. Yenny was shocked and she doesn't know what to say. He has a fiancée? Her head spins for a moment. The shock was too much for her. Yenny left from there, not knowing how to digest this situation. He clearly has a fiancée and she, on the other hand, is destroying someone's house. So we can say that he destroyed her. He destroyed everything. Now, late at night, Jungkook was at hospital. He looked her at home but couldn't find her there. Her phone was already switched off. He knew where he would find her, and he was right. She was there with her brother, sleeping beside him. Jungkook sighed, carefully picking her up in his arms. He carried her outside to his car and then drove to his home. He placed her gently on his bed like she was some cotton ball, and then he said, "Why I can't live without you." He brushed his finger in her hair and went to change his dress to sleep beside her, pulling her more closer to him. And then he said, "Why are you becoming my addiction, Yenny? Again, why are you becoming my addiction?" Her eyes slightly opened, looking Jungkook so much closer to her. Her breath hitched and she pulled back from him, looking at him confusingly. She remembered that she was at the hospital. Then how did she end up here? Then Yenny asked, What am I doing here? Then Jungkook said, I brought you here. She was about to get down the bed when he held her arm. And then he said, What happened? He could clearly see the disgust on her face. Then she said, Leave me. I wanna go in my room. But Jungkook said, But at least tell me, why are you so tense? Then Yenny said, Just leave me. I don't wanna do this anymore. She screamed at him and went to her room. Jungkook was already shocked to see this kind of reaction. He doesn't know what happened to her. He bit his lip ring in tension. The next day, she didn't talk to Jungkook. Every time he tried to go to her, she went away with some excuses. Jungkook was already fed up with her, and on the other hand, his mom was calling him multiple times that why he isn't going out with Sophia. Then Yenny got a message on her phone. She looked at it while clinging to blanket, and the text was, Be ready at sharp 8 p.m. I'll send you the clothes. Yenny sighed and get off from the bed. Her brother's condition was stable, but he needed to be under examination. Now at 8 p.m., Jungkook was waiting for her in the car. When she came out, wearing his favorite color, he looked shocked. Her beauty was ethereal. That's how he wished to see her like this in the past. Remembering that, he turned his head to the front again. She sat inside the car and it started. Yenny was looking outside the window while he couldn't control his eyes and looked at her, who was looking gorgeous. They entered the party hall. Jungkook went inside while hands in her hand. Then he rasped in her ears, Stick to my side. And then Yenny nodded. She has never been to the party like this. They were going inside when somebody came towards them and said, Oh, Jungkook! He said with a whiskey in his hand and smirk on his face. Then Jungkook said, Mark! He was the old member of Mafia family. Then he looked at Yenny, and then Mark asked, And this gorgeous? Yenny was confused. Then Jungkook said, It's Yenny. He was about to shake his hand with Yenny when JK interrupted. When Jungkook signals Yenny to sit there and he'll be back after doing his work. Then Jungkook and Mark conversation starts. Jungkook said, What's your demand? And Mark said, You know this word, Jungkook. Exchange something precious. His eyes were on Yenny, and Mark said, I want her. Jungkook's eyes darkened listening to him as an exchange of trade. Jungkook's hand tied around a glass of whiskey. Then Mark said, How did you manage to find her? I was looking for a gorgeous like her. Jungkook knew that it was he who pushed his buttons hardly. He couldn't create a scene in this party and couldn't let all of people know that she's his weakness. And then he said, Yeah, 'cause you don't deserve it, he said with his darkened eyes yet smirk on his face. He took the sip. And then Jungkook said, And yeah, she's out of deal. Then Mark said, You are leaving our deal for a girl like her? Jungkook chuckled. Then Jungkook said, Think whatever you want. He went to Yenny and grabbed her from her arm and pulled her. Yenny was surprised in the change of his mood. And then Jungkook said, We need to leave. Then Yenny said, Okay, but he was already dragging her with him. He made her sit in the car and told driver to take her home when she was out of his sight. And then Jungkook said, You made a mistake by putting your eyes on something that belongs to me. He went inside, seeing Mark going out in the restroom From there, he was smirking. You invite your death. And then he went behind him. After some time, Mark was washing his hands when Jungkook came and stood beside him. Mark looked his reflection in the mirror, and Mark said, "You changed your decision and giving yours to me." Then Jungkook chuckles mockingly, and he said, "Do you know who I am?" Mark was confused. Then Jungkook said, "King John." He was the ruthless king that lives in shadow in this king world. Nobody knows that. He takes death in shadows by killing them mercilessly. Mark shook his head, knowing what he was talking about, and before he would run, death flashed in front of him. Jungkook stabbed him multiple times, and he said, "How dare you lay your filthy eyes on something that belongs to me? She's mine and will only remains to mine. Nobody dares to come between me and her. She was mine before and now too." Then Jungkook cleaned his head and left from there, leaving the lifeless body. Later that night, he came home drunk. Yenny was in her room, just come back after taking shower, wearing her night suit. When she heard knock on her door, she went to open it and saw Jungkook leaning on the door frame. And Jungkook said, "Are you done?" And then Yenny asked, "What?" Jungkook said, "Done ignoring me?" She was about to close the door when he pushed the door open and went inside, held her arm quickly, then closed the door with his one foot, and he pinned her to the wall. Then Yenny said, "Leave me," as she was struggling in his grip. Then Jungkook said, "Why are you behaving like this?" Because he leaned in to kiss her, but before that she turned her face to another side. Then Yenny said, "I don't want to live here. You have a fiancé. This isn't right." Her voice trembles. Jungkook closed his eyes, knowing the real reason behind her behavior. Then Yenny said, "We should end this here." She pushed him and sat on the bed. Jungkook was quiet, looking at her actions. Then Yenny said, "I don't want to be a mistress." Jungkook said, "Stop pretending," he said in his calm tone. Yenny looked at him surprisingly. That what was he talking about? He started walking towards her. Then Yenny said, What? What are you talking about?" His dark eyes preying on her. She leaned back, seeing him over her. She gulped, and then Jungkook said, "Stop pretending, princess." What he just said to her, this was the name he used to call her in the past. Then Yenny said, "Huh?" As he gets closer to her face, Jungkook smirked a little, and then he said, "You thought I wouldn't know that you gained your memories back?" Yenny said, "I? How did you know?" She was shocked upon hearing his confession. Jungkook then said, "I've always known you better than you think." Then Yenny looked in his eyes, that what he was talking about, and then he said, "How dare you do that? I am going to take revenge from you for all the things that you did." His raspy voice sending shivers. Then he leaned and kissed her. She then pulled back a little, and then Yenny said, "This isn't right." Jungkook was already done with her stubbornness, and then he said, "What is your goddamn problem?" So Yenny said, "Set me free," she said, not daring to look in his eyes. Then Jungkook asked, "Why you always want me to set you free? Last time you did the same." What is your new reason now? I am rich. I have mansion, cars. What else do you want? He said, gritting his teeth. Yenny turned her head to look at him. That was the reason she left him for. Then Yenny said, "It doesn't matter now. You are already someone else. I don't want to be a mistress." Jungkook's jaw tightened. All she thinks about this. She'd never acknowledged him, never see his love. All she sees just these things. His anger flared. He grabbed her chin with his fingers. Then Jungkook said, "You're right." He controlled himself and left from there in anger. Yenny looked at his back. She should leave him. They are not meant for each other. She's doing it all again, but now she can't be weak. She has to do this. Next morning, someone was shouting downstairs. Yenny went to look for seeing Sophia standing in the living room. What was she doing here? Sophia then looked at Yenny. Then Sophia said, "So it's you. Because of you. It happened all because of you. Jungkook is calling off his engagement because of whore like you." She was about to slap her. Yenny's breath hitched when someone held her hand in his tight grip and he pulled Yenny behind his frame. Then Sophia said, "Jungkook, why are you doing this because of her?" She screamed like a mad woman. Then Jungkook said, "This is my woman. Don't you dare touch her again, or it won't be good for you." He jerked her hand angrily, and then Sophia left from there. Then he turned around to look at Yenny, but she left from there to her room. Jungkook was looking at some files, but his mind was somewhere else. He was thinking about Yenny. Why he is the one who was caring for her. She truly didn't love him. She left him, but still he was the one who wanted her. She doesn't love him. Why was he behind her? Why he loves her like a fool? He was angry on himself. When the door knocked and Yenny entered the room, she was standing with letter in her hand. He just looked at her. Then she put the letter in front of him. It was a resignation letter. He knew this would have happened right. Jungkook said one of the things that shocked her. He said, "You didn't love me even for once." Yenny was too stunned to speak what he was asking from her. Jungkook sadly smiled. She always wanted this from him, an escape. Then he signed it without another thought. And that was their separation. Fate separated them again. 2 days passed. Jungkook was already exhausted. She left him again vulnerably. His mom was calling him, but he didn't pick it up. He was on his way to his mom's house to tell her to stop. He doesn't wanna marry anybody. He parked the car and went inside. Before he would go to her room, the noise from living room caught his attention. His mom was talking to Sophia. His mom said, "I don't know how Yenny came back. There was no way that she could be survived in that accident, even though she was pregnant. Thank God I got to know about that earlier. Now there is only going to be you in his life and no other person." And I make sure his hand tightened around his coat. Then she said, "And you know when I told her that I would hurt her child if she goes back to Jungkook again? She got scared and broke up with him. But alas, I've had another plan. But I am still wondering how did she manage to survive in that accident? It was done by the most strongest man." "What the fuck are you talking about?" Jungkook throws the glass on the floor. He screamed. And then her mom was like, Jungkook? Then he said, Shut up, shut up! How dare you do that to her? I fucking love her! You are not my mom. You are no one to me. How dare you try to kill my baby? He was screaming at his mom. He was out of his mind. Every time he thought this was all Yanni's plan. She was the one who tried to break him. She was the one who left him, but didn't know that this was all because of his mom. His mom was the one. He was blaming her all of the time. Then he said, You are not my mom. You were always behind reputation. You didn't even try to understand me and my emotions. All you wanted was power and fame, but you always forgot that I am also a human. I do have emotions. You are the killer of my emotions. I hate you so much. And then her mom was like, Jungkook, And then he said, Shut up! He controlled himself. He doesn't want to do something that she will regret. Guards take both of them down. Later at that night, Yanni just came back from hospital. Her brother was already discharged from the hospital and she got back in her dad's house. She doesn't know where life is going to take her now. She was looking at the tickets in her hands. A knock on the door disturbed her. She went to check out who it could be. And when she opened the door, she found Jungkook outside the door, who is drunk. His hair was messy and eyes were swollen. Yanni's heart clenched by looking at his condition. And then she said, Jungkook? So Jungkook said, Princess, I miss you, he murmured in his soft voice. Yanni took Jungkook inside. She doesn't know what he was doing here right now, but his health was seriously not good. She took him inside her bedroom and made him lay on the bed. He held her hand before she would go, and he said, I'm sorry, I didn't protect you. I couldn't protect our baby. He sat on the bed. Yanni was shocked upon hearing him. How did he know that? He pulled Yanni closer to him and cried and hugged her waist, putting his head on her belly. This was the first time Yanni saw him crying like this. For the very, very first time. He was still saying, Sorry, I'm sorry, my princess. Don't go. I'll protect you. Yanni's eyes too welled up in tears. He didn't let her go. Yanni put her hand in his hair, brushing it softly. Then Jungkook said, Please. He put his hand on her belly and caressed it softly. Yanni's heart raced. She doesn't know why she felt a shocking jolt in her body. Then Jungkook said, I'm sorry, baby. I couldn't protect you and your mom. His tears weren't stopping. He was crying like a baby who lost his toy. Yanni was caressing his back softly. Then Yanni held his face in his hands. She cupped his face. Then she said, Stop crying, she said softly. Jungkook looked up at her eyes. Then he said, Do you hate me? I know it was all because of Mom. I hate her. I hate her so much. Yanni's heart clenched. She leaned in and kissed him. It was like a reconciliation. After a long-awaited movement, they pulled back. Jungkook was already exhausted, so he slept there. And then Yanni sighed and sat beside him. She was thinking and saying, I don't know what to do, Jungkook, but we should go back to our lives. We were good without each other's. I think we are not meant for each other. And she kissed him on his forehead and left from there. The next morning, Jungkook woke up with a headache, rubbing his eyes. He groaned in pain. He remembered last night that he came to Yanni's house. He looked around and didn't find Yanni in the room. His eyes fell on the paper on the table. He immediately took the paper and started reading it. And it was written that, Jungkook, last time I tried to reconcile with you, but I lost my child in that accident. Fate doesn't want us together. I hope you get what you love. I'm pregnant again and I don't want history to repeat again. I just want to say that I loved you each and every second in my life. I loved you so much, but I am exhausted now. I wanted to take a break, and thank you for being there in my hardest time. Please don't miss me. Jungkook's hands started shaking. His eyes were full of tears. And he said, Why? This time I will bring you back. We will fight with fate together. And then he immediately wore his shoes and went outside. Without a second thought, he grabbed his keys and dashed out, sitting in the driving seat. He started the engine, driving his car furiously. His hands tightened around the steering wheel. He reached the airport. He was running with his racing heart, hoping that flight didn't take off, legs burning with every stride, but he didn't care. His hair was rough. He reached the gate just as the last few passengers were boarding. And then suddenly the announcement was made that flight to America has been taken off. His breath hitched and he said, No, Yanni! Why did you leave me? His voice cracked, barely more than a whisper. Yanni was gone. She left him, now clutching his knees and feeling empty. But something shifted behind him. Then without a second thought he turned around. Closing the distance between them, he surged forward. His arms wrapped around her tightly, bringing her more closer to him as he feared she might disappear again. Because it was Yanni who was standing behind him. Because she knew that he would definitely come. Then he said, Why did you leave me? His voice trembling. I can't lose you and the baby. I love you so much. He buried his face in her shoulders, feeling the warmth of her body against his. For a moment, all the fear, anxiety melted away, replaced by relief. She said, Jungkook. And then she ruffled her fingers in his hair and she said, I didn't leave you. Jungkook looked up at her face. Yanni clenched and nodded. And then Jungkook said, I love you so much. And then she said, I love you too. She wiped the tears on his face and smiled and leaned in to kiss him. And then Yanni's brother arrived and he said, I think I should not interrupt them. And with this, the story ends here. So that was the story of Jungkook and Yanni. Hope you like it, and if you did, please leave this video with a thumbs up and do subscribe my channel. See you with another one. Until then, take care, be loved.